I was recently asked by one of our clients, can you make a mobile loaner process with service apps? Well, yeah, absolutely. So we created the Reservation Center. Let's check it out. Hi everybody, my name is Jack Reeder with FMX Solutions. And today we'll be talking about the Reservation Center, an app that we've developed to be run on service apps for EasyVista. This allows a user to be mobile and to process loaners. So it's a very simple, easy to use, fast to use, efficient to use app. So I want to go over just very quickly how it works, and if you're interested, please contact someone at FMX Solutions. At the top of this app, you'll see that there are some statistics. In this case, it's showing that we have a total of 8 assets that we are loaning out, and that 4 of those assets are currently available and 4 are on loan. This does not necessarily include the total number of reservations that you have, because any one asset could have multiple reservations over a period of time. For example, over the next month we might have 6 different reservations lined up for a single asset. This is simply counting the number of assets that we loan and how many are currently out on loan and how many are waiting to be loaned or available to be loaned. We could adjust these statistics to be whatever you need, but we felt that this was a good starting point for this app for most users. Below that is your branding. We have FMX Solutions in here for now. Underneath that, Reservation Center. That's what we're calling this process, but of course you could brand it however you like. Now, the reservation itself, if somebody needs a laptop and they want to reserve that laptop, they can go online, or it's expected that they would go onto your self-service portal and reserve whatever they need. So in this example, we're demonstrating laptops as the loaning device. But you, as the mobile technician, can also reserve something for someone if you needed to. Either if they didn't have access to a device, or you wanted to be sure that they got a specific device to be loaned to them, or for whatever reason, you're able to process that loan or reservation for them. And that's what this walk-in reservation button is for. It is exactly the same process that the end user will see if they went to your self-service portal to reserve an item. And so I'll be stepping you through that process. But before I do, just to point out what the next section is, pickups versus, if I scroll down to the bottom, returns. These are the 2 states that you'll process for loaners. So after someone submits a walk-in reservation, or you submit a walk-in reservation, that reservation then appears under pickups, because once the reservation's been submitted, the reservation process behind the scenes, the workflow, automatically assigns the asset that was selected during the reservation process for the period that they requested. There's no intervention at all required by technicians or the service desk or the loaner team at all. The only thing that you'll need to do is on pickup day, which are these green items, make sure that that laptop is available for that user when they come in to pick it up. If you have to do any preparation for it, of course, you'll need to do that as well. So the green area is to process the pickup once the reservation's been submitted online, and then after it's been issued to the user and you're now waiting for the user to return it, that's what the orange section is. These are all the loaners that are waiting to be returned. Obviously, if you only have 8 items that you loan, you can only have up to 8 items waiting to be returned in this return section. So anyway, let's go back to the top and use the walk-in reservation button. So tapping that button will start the walk-in reservation process. Now in this example, as I mentioned earlier, this is a laptop loaner process. However, you could have other loaner devices that you wanted to loan in this list. For example, if you wanted to loan out projectors or anything at all. But in this case, we're just loaning laptops. So I will tap the select button to select the laptop reservation request. This starts the process where I am prompted for who is this reservation for? Is it for me, the logged in user, which is who is automatically filled in, or is it for someone else? So obviously if I'm a technician, I'll need to enter someone else's name because I'm not entering this reservation for myself. But the end users, when they go on the portal, it will default to them, and only if they're submitting on behalf of someone else would they need to change this value. We need to decide what the desired, or indicate what the desired pickup date would be. So let's say I want to pick it up on the 22nd, and indicate what time you anticipate picking it up. So let's say around 9 a.m. And then when do you want to drop it off? Let's say I'm going to drop it off the 23rd. And for drop-off time, make it, let's say 4 p.m. or 3 p.m. and then hit next. So at this point, I've indicated what the date range is that I want to reserve my device, this laptop. So what the user will be presented with is the ability to select from all the laptops that are available within that date range. And so if we take a look, we can see that there are several devices that are available, and they can pick from any of these devices. So this allows the end user to decide, well, I'd rather have a Hewlett-Packard versus a Dell, if you want to give them that option, of course. In this demo environment, we're giving the end user the option. Now, the advantage of this is that they are, at this moment, once they select something and submit it, they've reserved that specific PC or laptop for the specific time that they've entered, and the system has all of that in the reservation, so that it won't try to loan the Triton 6466 again on a date range or over a date range that would conflict with the already reserved dates. Okay, so this is very handy. Tapping one of these devices selects it, and they can provide additional information if they want to, or just go ahead and tap OK. Once they've tapped OK, this particular laptop and reservation is done. All the work is done other than you handing it over to them on pickup day. Okay, so it makes it very simple and efficient to process a loaner request using this system. Let's go back to the home screen. Now you'll notice that the pickups has incremented from 5 to 6 because we just submitted a new reservation. That means we have an extra pickup pending at some point in time, and the fields that we show here can be updated for how you want to work with your loaner process. Let's say this was the item. I'm going ahead and tapping on an item to indicate that we're processing a pickup. So tapping an item processes the pickup, and this is what the pickup screen looks like. Just verify the information is correct and tap complete. Now the nice thing about the pickup process is that it's also asking the end user to sign it. So you get their signature when they come to pick it up. So you know who's picking it up. You could change the signature to whoever is actually picking it up, because sometimes people will pick up a laptop on behalf of someone else. So this way you can record the person who picked it up, get their signature. Once they've signed for it, an email goes out to the recipient, the person who requested this, letting that, or not requested it, but who this is actually for, letting them know that so-and-so came and picked up their laptop. It's on the way to them. Just so that everybody's in the loop and they know what's going on with this laptop loaner request. Tap OK, and that completes the pickup process. So very, very simple. It took me way longer to describe it than it actually takes to process it. Just a quick note, there are notifications that go out throughout this process. So for example, as soon as the user submits a laptop reservation from the self-service portal, they'll receive a notification to them letting them know that their reservation has been received, what device they reserved, and what the start and end date of their reservation is. Also, once they've picked it up, they'll get another notification confirming that their device has been picked up, and once they've returned it, they'll get a notification that their device has been returned. So I just wanted to make a note that it was clear that the process also includes lots of notification to the user, letting them know every milestone within the loaner process. Now you'll see that pickups is not 6 anymore, it's 5, because someone came along and picked up one of the reservations that was outstanding. If we were to scroll down to the bottom, we'll see that returns are now 3, and so that new item is now waiting to be returned. It's on loan, and within a few days or whatever the return date is, that's when they'll bring it back, hopefully on or before that date, so it will be available for the next person. Once they do show up with the loaner that they're returning, just find their loaner, find their name or their device, and review the information, confirm it's correct, hit complete. That loaner is now back and available in the available loan queue. So we have devices that are available for loan and devices that are on loan, and we have reservations for each of those devices. That's the loaner process. Again, it's very simple. You can create a walk-in reservation using this app. This is intended to be used on mobile, but it could be used on any device that can run a browser. It allows you to create the reservation, but most importantly, process the reservation and record who's picking up the devices that you're lending out. If you have any questions, please contact someone at FMX Solutions, and we look forward to hearing from you soon.